How to Sew a Button, Part 3. This will be a series featuring 77 episodes, and in 4 more episodes from now, which is on the 7th episode, there's going to be a special revelation. So for those that want to continually see what that revelation is, continue to watch. There are many ways of sewing a button. I've been doing it for a long time, and in this episode, I'm going to teach you how to sew the 4-hole button. This is the most common button in the world. It's usually going down on your shirt. 7 going down. I'm gonna teach you how to sew it. In order to do that, you need a couple of tools. You need, of course, the thread, in which is the gas, so that you may pass. It's not really expensive as gas either, so better. And then, of course, you need a vehicle, a needle. And as I said in the first episode, it is easier for a camel to enter the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. But this is no camel. This is nice embroidery thread that I found last minute. And it's some of my favorite thread I got like 4 years ago. It has a sparkle to it. It's the silver lining. And it reinforces that things will be okay. Anyway, so in order to thread the needle, with an embroidery thread, it's important you use any kind of thread you want. And in the other episodes we do, I'll just go and show you the many different ways you can do this. But anyway, once you get the thread nice and slick, sometimes you may need to lick. Once you got it in, slide it through. You want to wrap it around your index finger. I'm going to do it twice this time because this embroidery thread is very loose because it's battling with the silver. Once it's wrapped around your index finger, you want to take all of your fingers. In this case, you want to take more than one, but you usually can take your thumb and your index finger. You want to make a ball, a knot. Just make it messy. Squeeze it out and then pull it. You want to start from the back, pull in, drop the needle wherever you want it to go, no matter where. I am making an X button. Commonly, 2 vertical parallel buttons are made, but I prefer X. You want to lift it up and then find the parallel hole. Put it in there as such. And then you want to find the other hole. Now, I like to go as close to the original, but you don't have to, because the way I'm going to sew this button, the button not going nowhere, and that's the most essential part. You want to go up, find the other hole, make sure it's not the same one you just did, or make sure it's not the other one. Go up and go down. Once you have that, you want to go from the bottom of the button, wrap it around 3 times. 1, 2, 3. That's a planet because it's a circle. 360 or 180. And then I'm doing it just for another assurance sake. Once you have that planet or a shank, it creates a very thick stabilizer. And the button is basically like, oh, you got me down there. I ain't going nowhere, right? And so I'm sewing this button 4 times, meaning I'm going through those 4 holes, or 2 holes, realistically. That's the funny thing about buttons. It's like, yeah, there's 4 holes, but you're only going 2 times. And then you want to take your shears, your scissors, and there you have it. This is the button I sewed. And that button not going nowhere. Thank you for watching. To be continued. And those that want to go can stay for the 7th episode, because that is when it all gets to be continued. Blessings. Because that's what buttons are. Looking to find all of the buttons gathered within my mind. Some reside in the odd corner of 3 and 9. The rest are vacant by 2 and 6, with open, even tricks. Anyways, as many suspicions rely on a freaky obscenity, shoulders are then encouraged to shuffle with amenity, shrugging against the monster which urged them to undress, a fear which quickly transformed their compress. Anyways, now the steam is reasonably provoked and mean, 'cause the command was found boiling hot, strings then wired and tied into a frustratingly difficult knot. Anyways, this is the great big escape, also known as the grape and dip shape, but more clearly understood to be as when one's gate is rigged against its fate. Uniformly randomly in search of paradise clarity.